I'm Dylan from Wethecoasters. For once, I'm not at Universal and you're seeing on videos. I'm actually at Disney. Wow, it's been a while since we've been here. We're here at the Magic Kingdom, where it's the most absolutely magical place on Earth. Join me along as I get to show you plenty of updates going around the park, trying to do something a little different. And here we go. Let's have some fun at the magical place on Earth. So it's been a while since I've last been here. Last time I've been here precisely at Magic Kingdom has been since Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. And then prior to Disney, last time I went over to there would be whenever Animal Kingdom's final ride of dinosaurs around for me there. And, or no, for Rock Roller Coaster actually, like 2 weeks before. So I was gonna plan to go, but then of course I tweaked my back and then things went south, missed out on it. So yeah, but it feels great to be here because we found out that Buzz Lightyear has actually reopened after a big refurbishment in a good way. That's why we're here checking out to see, well, how good is the change and all that, as well as get some updates going on by with Big Thunder Mountain and a few others. So let's go check out what's going on in Magic Kingdom and, well, see what's going on here. But this is cool. We're seeing some of the transportation rides in Main Street USA going around here. Cool when you get to see this here. Oh, that's neat. Well, one of the first big things I can show you before we head over to the main topic of the video is definitely Cinderella Castle. It looks rather different per se. Well, of course, as many know, Cinderella Castle had its colors for when they had the park's 50th anniversary, and then they've kept it on after the park's 50th. They said they were going to change it 2 different times. Nothing happened. And then finally, well, here it is. You'll see a little more closer when we get up there, but gone is the purplish pink type of thing, and back to its original dark blue and gray look that's out there. I mean, I like the look they had before. It was nice, but when I think Magic Kingdom, I think this, what you're seeing right here. So it's actually really cool that they got the original look back, and we don't have to worry about the, you know, the little different look that's going around there. So it looks really, really good. I like it a lot. Now, if you're brand new to the channel, of course, many know that we do a thing called Wethecoasters Journeys, where normally we travel around and, you know, explore the other parks. That's like one of our things that we like to do here on the channel. But of course, we have our channel partner that's up in Ohio coming on back down to Florida. If you've not seen when we first did it, I would recommend checking out our Wethecoasters Journeys playlist that's over there. All those videos that have gone on by, we've traveled to Ohio, where I went to his home park, Kings Island, as well as Cedar Point. And then we've also been to Indiana, Illinois, Tennessee, Texas. So keep an eye on that. And also, Wethecoasters Journeys will be going in May. We originally had plans to go to Hollywood, but unfortunately we had some stuff pop up IRL on my end, so unfortunately that got canceled, but we do have a backup plan just in case. So stay tuned for details when that comes out. Trust me, it's rather big and surprising. Well, I could tell Tomorrowland is definitely on the busier end, and you would think with spring break and Easter being over, the crowds would go away here. Not the case. Definitely, I can tell it is a little bit on the slammer side for sure. The People Mover doesn't really have too long of a wait though, so normally the times I've gone here, People Mover would just be in a ridiculous extended line and, well, kind of go from there. And the former Stitch attraction, man, now just stroller parking. It's a shame. Well, we may have to pop by a little later on, but the new Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, what used to be a marquee over here, now just this simple sign over here. So 40-minute wait. It was 45 minutes I last seen earlier, but now it's 40. So I'm actually going to be doing the rare wait in line. Let's see how it is. So, but yeah, I can tell that line, that's going to be brutal. So we're going to wait. We'll go from there. I will say so far for the regular line, we really haven't been waiting outside too long. Like the line's been moving fairly well. I guess a lot of people really haven't been using the lightning lane over here, so I guess that's part of the reason why the line's been moving fairly well, because of the fact that, you know, with a ride like this, still just allows certain people through the queue as it goes on by, you know, little by little by little, like a chop and all that. And then, like, the lightning lane will obviously get, you know, the prioritization because, you know, they paid money to skip the line. That's basically how that works. So, I mean, for how it's looking so far, like, the line's been fairly well. We started out technically in the far end, but, like, we're moving, like, really good. And I got in line probably, like, I don't know, 12:25 maybe, give or take. I don't know, but we're moving fairly well, though. I don't know how well you could see it over here, but one ride that's actually reopened that I've seen for the first time since my last visit here was Astro Orbiter. Yeah, so I know the rockets just went down, but they've got all the planets back up, and the parts from Triceratops Spin is now present. See, you can see people walking over there as they're doing the ride. So Astro Orbiter lives on with parts from that and Triceratops Spin that's there. I have heard that the ride vehicles of Triceratops Spin is over in Disney storage somewhere. I don't know where exactly it is, but it's somewhere. But also you can tell with Buzz Lightyear, the line has definitely died down, because like we started kind of over here, and the line now is over here. So of course we get on at the wrong time, but you know, I mean, even with circumstances, like we're doing pretty good for like just moving now. So at least from what I can tell you from the queue, I don't see anything that's really noteworthy or changed. Everything looks about the same. Maybe a little repaint on the walls over here. And the Buzz animatronic over here looks like is about the same. However, they have changed this part over here where they've updated the little slides over there. So that's at least cool. We'll show you a little more closer when we get up to it and all that. But at least the murals on the outside, they look about the same. So that's interesting. Now, one thing I will try to do is that because this is a shooting game, obviously it's hard to kind of control the camera and control the guns at the same time. However, they do have new guns where it's not, you know, stationary. You can move around the joystick of the guns. You can actually pull up the shooting gun that's used and actually shoot around like MIB Alien Attack, which is awesome. I cannot wait to see that in person. But yeah, very, very excited. So it looks like the face mapping for Buzz is a little off, I'm noticing there, but it's cool to actually see this work again, because I remember for quite some time the older version, it just was not working. But you can tell they definitely enhanced this a lot, and it looks very, very impressive. We'll give you a closer look once we get up there. So you can tell they have enhanced the pictures on here, and actually it looks really good. I like how it's shown here. This is one of the new things they have. He's at the very, very beginning, so we'll show you that when we get there. Here's Buzz here, as you can see. Also, he sounds a little different too, but you can tell his face track is a little off, especially where his eyes are at. They're not really matching where the face is at. So, Disney, I know you're hearing this and watching these videos. You may want to fix that with Buzz. But other than that, he looks really good though.
Is stealing crystallic fusion power cells. Without those cells, we'll all be powerless and at the mercy of Zerg. Star Command confirms you're all battle-ready recruits.
Well, here's a look at the new vehicles that they have over here. Not really new, but definitely repainted and all that. You can see the blasters are right over here. You can see you could actually take them off, and there's a digital screen over here. So once we sit down, we'll show you how it is. And you know me, I'm going to use a green blaster because green is my favorite color here. So, yeah, they look really nice, though. All right, 1:17, and we're on the ride. So, kind of decent, a little long, but let's get ready. And one quick new thing, they have this shown here. So here we go. Oh, look at that.
As I lower your cruiser shield.
So look at this. Oh, wow. Oh, these are nice. I like the blasters. Very light, comfortable, and they're not going to hurt my fingers. Good work. All right, here we go. Let the ride begin. Oh, this is new.
All these training targets. I know you can.
By the way, it's blue, not white. I don't know how well you can see it here, but oh, wow. I'm doing this left-handed, so I'm very afraid of how it's going to go.
Take that cruiser for a spin and send Zerg's plans into orbit.
Here we go. Wow, look at that. It's definitely enhanced, I can tell you that. Okay.
Lightyear Space Rangers. Your almost planet Zergs will oblige.
can tell, I'm struggling so badly left-handed. And my cup just fell. Okay, here we go. Look at this. See that? I am not professional. Also, I like the sound that you bring in there. It's nice.
Remember, we fear no foe, not even enemies, whatever they are.
You can tell I'm rusty, but this is definitely a big time improvement. I like this a lot. Also, look at this. That is nice. I'm liking this a lot. All right, let's see if the one move works out perfectly well. Here we go. Wow, look at that score. That is absolutely atrocious. Oh wow, this part changed. I just realized that. Oh, it's hidden. Look at that. Oh wow, look at how different this is. Wow. Okay, I'm liking this a lot. It's impressive. Oh wow. All the way one up there. Uh-oh. Oh man, 187, 800. Oh, party bonus. Look at that. Decent. A planetary pilot. Well, it could be better, but you know what? Not bad. And then this hasn't changed. Not bad. And now look at this. This is also brand new. If you get 1,000,000 plus, it's a galactic hero. So there is no more max out. So impressive though. Impressive. Well, there's mine, as you see. All right, let's get my photo. Looks like they've added some Pizza Planet shirts. I know this is a small, it's over here, but for the price, does not show. It must be free. I would probably assume it's like within the $25, $30 range, give or take. But yeah, simple Pizza Planet shirts. I've always loved Pizza Planet for Toy Story. It's really, really cool. They've also enhanced a little bit of the gift shop as well. This is definitely enhanced for sure. The mission control and the colors and all that. Got a Zurg Buzz Lightyear hat and plushie. Ooh, that just looks a little Temu-ish. But the cool thing is that the Zurg is still here and looks very impressive. If you remember from back in the day, remember people could actually go inside there and get the photo. It was cool, but of course, that's why he's chilled. Alrighty, now that we've finished up with the ride and all that, let's talk about it. So, Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, new and enhanced. I like it a lot. That's actually really good. The enhancements, definitely an improvement. If there is one downside, I do not like the score of it. It kind of feels kind of tacky-ish, but I like it though. It is a very, very big improvement. But one positive I will say though, the guns that they have for it are just a big W. I like them a lot. And I feel like over time, it's gonna take a little bit to get used to and all that, just overall in there. But I like it. It is fantastic. Good move, Disney. I like the enhancement. It worked out terrific. And, you know, hey, good work. A quick look at the line at the People Mover thing right now. So definitely it has been going on a little bit there. Yeah, a little bit of a wait, but we'll come back to that a little later on. So not too worried about it right now. Obviously, we're not going to interfere, but it looks like cast members are having a little bit of a chat on the side over here and all that. Either that or Keys to the Kingdom, but it looks like either one of the two. I can tell with the speakers and all that. And no shows going on at the Galactic Getaway going on over here. Normally Stitch will be over here and all that, but not the case today. Currently 1:27 right now, and Space Mountain is sitting at a 45-minute wait. I'm going to test that theory in a little bit. Of course, I am a single rider, so I can bypass some of that line, but yeah, we're going to check that in a little bit. All right, 1:55, hit the checkpoint. Well, this is cool. Single rider, we are taking Omega. Awesome. The preferred one. I don't mind Alpha, but I love Omega because it's got the extra jink and I love it. So it's going to ride in on Omega. Alrighty, so just got off of Space Mountain. So before the ride, rather interesting. So I guess someone forgot their cell phone, that I guess it fell out of their pocket or they were sitting on it. I don't know, but they totally forgot it. And I'm just like, oh, okay, guess we're gonna have to give it to a cast member, and they did. So if you're a lady that managed to get their cell phone, like around, let me check the time. 2:06 right now, so probably about 2 o'clock, and you got your cell phone, you're welcome, I got you. That was weird though, never noticed that before, so that was interesting. But yeah, Space Mountain, we did Omega, I love the ride, that is great. Omega's got the jank, and I love it. So, yeah, on to the next attraction. Now, one thing I will say is that Tron Light Cycle Power Run there, well, I'm just calling that, but Tron Light Cycle Run, last time I rode it, they had the Tron Ares overlay. I only got to ride that version once, and now it's back to the original version. Currently, right now, a 95-minute wait, so we'll skip out on this for today. It'd be cool one day if they get a single ride for that. That'd be dope, but for today, unfortunately, that will be a no-go. So you see there's the Tomorrowland Speedway. I cannot speak to this. Tomorrowland Speedway. And what's cool is that Chip is actually out here waving to the people while they're actually riding the ride. That's actually super cool. It's like the first time I've ever seen a character actually be like right here, and they're just like greeting guests over there while riding the ride. That's really cool. I mean, I've seen characters actually, you know, ride some of the rides before, but that's a 2000 thing. Now, if you remember the rocket that was over here, well, of course, that's gone, and now they have replaced it with Astrofizz. So another thing from the 90s is no more, but you can see, though, it is fully open now, and here's what they have here. So they have popcorn, frozen slushies that are over here. The frozen slushies are Coca-Cola, Fanta Blue Raspberry, wow, Fanta Orange or Fanta Cherry, and then they have a Cherry Cola Churro, which, by the way, here's what it is right over here. It's basically a churro with cherry sugar drizzled with Coca-Cola, cherry icing on top of cherry popping candies. That's a rather interesting thing there. I'm telling you, this is getting a little creative these days. I don't know how too creative, but definitely creative enough, though. But I miss the rock because, you know, at least you can get cooled out with the mist, and now it's just another way to charge people money. Oh, well. Before we leave Tomorrowland, I want to talk about one thing, and that is when you eat over here. Now, technically, there's two big eateries that are over here, and then there's a couple of quick serves. But I want to focus primarily on the big eateries. And one of those is Cosmic Starlight Cafe. So when we get up to it, I want to explain something fully when we get to that spot. Now, Cosmic Ray Starlights, if there's one thing about it, is perfect if you are the pickiest eater out there. I would argue it is perfect if you're one of the bigger picky eaters that are out there. This place does everything perfect. It's got chicken tenders or chicken fingers, whatever way you want to call it. They have burgers that are plain. You can get it perfect exactly as is there. However, if there is one thing I will say about Cosmic Ray Starlight Cafe, is the fact that it's the most popular and the most crowded of all the Magic Kingdom quick serves that are out there. It is so crazy of how it is. I feel like every time you come over here, regardless of what season it is, and whenever it's packed or not, you can never find a table. And even when they have a few tables that are open, it gets quickly taken. But it's just unbelievable how crazy it can be. But I would argue, if you ever come here, try to avoid when it gets to be a lunch hour, because when it does, it just gets uber slammed. But if you want to break from the AC though, it's perfect to get a seat and look at sunny eclipse over here. So I hope Disney can look at that in the future, because although I do like cosmic rays a lot, it can be kind of very interesting. It's a weird thing, because I am a picky eater myself, and I do like the place. I just wish they could figure out how they can get more tables in there in some type of way. I do hope so, because it just gets uber slammed in there. It's ridiculous. So hopefully they get that fixed. Another attraction that normally likes to get a long wait time is Seven Dwarfs over here, which I would argue normally has the worst of all the wait times that are out there in Magic Kingdom. I know some people can look at Tron, and yeah, technically that's true, but the problem with Snow White Seven Dwarfs Mine Train here is the fact that this has very low capacity, and the fact it is a rather short ride is what I would argue. And even though I technically don't mind the attraction as is, it's just you gotta make sure you prioritize it when it matters most, aka do it early in the day or get a lightning lane. Either one of the two, because if you wait in any of that line, I'm sorry, it is not worth it. And by the way, where that wait starts is right over here outside of the queue, and it's a 65-minute wait. It's shorter than Tron? Shorter than Tron. That's crazy. Now, one thing I've also learned about Magic Kingdom when it comes to the food is that if you were here for the rare time when they actually serve breakfast, Friar's Nook is actually very, very good. However, what happens when you come here during lunchtime? What normally gets served over here? And some of the things you can see over here is like an all-beef hot dog served with tater tots, a cheddar bacon and ranch tots, and caramel apple donuts. Now that actually sounds really good there. And I'm not too crazy in caramel, but I would give that a try, but not today though. There is another thing that's kind of hidden over here, and that's a mac and cheese hand pie that's over here with cheese sauce. That's $8.99. That's a rather interesting price, and oh my. I'm guessing that's the fireworks that just went off, which I believe went over my head. Interesting. But a mac and cheese hand pie though. Wow, I would try that, but I don't know when though. I don't know how well you can see it on the camera, but the smoke from the fireworks is kind of lingering on over here. That's heading towards like Liberty Square, heading towards Haunted Mansion and all that. That is just trippy though. What in the world? Before we head over to where we're going for lunch, I do want to talk about this little area where the whole Rapunzel and Tangled thing is over here, which, ironic enough as you can see it, the women's restroom is currently operating and the men's restroom is under refurb. So yeah, if you're a guy, get absolutely you know, cast iron over there. But the interesting thing though, the fact is that this area right over here, as where we're standing, normally is a photo spot at night whenever they have the lanterns little thing over here. Now me and Lynn, when we were here during the Wethecoasters Adventures, when Lynn was here for the very first time, we had a picture of this when this happened. It's a really cool thing. It's worth it to check out if you're here in the nighttime. Ironic enough, Magic Kingdom is open till 11 p.m. for all guests, which is absolutely insane to even imagine. 11 o'clock in April. That is awesome. So take advantage of it when you do get here, when you check out the times of, you know, when we're here and all that. But it's really cool to check out though. But many people do forget this used to be home of the Fantasyland Skyway over here, or the Sky Ride at the time. See, right where this area is here, that used to be the Fantasyland station. It was abandoned for so many years, and then they ripped it down for Tangled bathrooms. Tomorrowland still technically exists in some form. But yeah, oh my goodness. Look at this. This is Haunted Mansion, where the queue is here. But that's not the point of the topic I'm talking about. This is where the old riverboat used to be over here, and where they put the walls over here. Wow. And also, Haunted Mansion, oh my. Yeah, that's definitely in a refurb, I could tell you that for sure. But at least it's getting some love though, so that's at least a good sign. Haunted Mansion, by the way, currently a 40-minute wait. And where we are going for lunch is the Columbia Harbor House, which is this building right over here. But before we get there, because the check-in for the getting the food is at 2:30, I'm gonna quickly go into Memento Mori just to see if there's anything that catches my eye here. Because I don't think I've really stepped inside here before and shown you guys on camera. So basically, this is a gift shop for Haunted Mansion that is right over here. Specifically this, and oh, this is really cool. This shirt right over here, that is cool. And the problem is, here it is, it's $42.99. Oh my word, that is pricey. And then this is $75. Holy cow. I will give credit, at least for food and beverage, it is cheaper than compared to the other parks that are there. But for merch though, oh my, you are gonna get gouged for that for sure. Oh, this is cool. This is the one of the newer characters for Haunted Mansion that, you know, that was all around here. I love how if you look around carefully, you can move the shirt around and the face moves and changes. Oh, that is impressive. I love it. And then a Roosevelt's t-shirt that's right over here. They've been selling a lot of Roosevelt's lately here, which has been really cool and impressive. I don't think they have a price tag for this, but if I find out, I will let you know ahead of time, but I don't see anything now. And then it looks like there's a backpack over here. Oh, I just dropped it. Thankfully, you know, these are durable. Oh my, it's crazy language that's over here. And yeah, very impressive though. I want to say it's definitely up there in the price. I would not be surprised. And I love even the hidden details, like even the mirror that's right over here, it's all set up. It's a really neat little setup that's around here. So they did a really good job. Even have the ghost host that's right over here on the side next to that shirt we showcase. And then the Haunted Mansion 999. Ooh, wow, that's very impressive there. And some smaller stuff like a dune buggy over here. Mugs, all this here. That's super cool. I like this a lot.
I'm not too sure. Because I know we've had this big bus, but they weren't projectors.
That's cool. They have the Dynamite Gentleman figurine for where the stretching room takes place. And what's even cooler is they have it where like the stretching room takes place where they have all of the figures from here. And also they have the Constance figurine over here too. Honest opinion, when the stretching room happens, I've always liked the Sally character just for the presentation where she's basically on a tightrope going over a gator. Something about it is really, really cool. I've always loved that a lot. Okay, now I've seen everything that's really cool. This is $200. It's a Madame Leota replica. And it actually speaks. That is freaking awesome. Okay, Disney, you won me over. If I had $200 to spend, I would definitely get this for sure. It's got all the sound effects and everything too from the room. That is awesome. Okay, I don't know if you just caught it. It does have the tambourine effect in there too. That's everything that is from that actual part of the room. Neat. Alright, so I got myself some fish and I got some garlic Parmesan fries because I thought, why not spice it up there? So, let's dig in. Alright, the Columbia Harbor House. Good food. I very appreciate it. There's only been like a few times I've ever been in there and actually had food there, but man, the fish was great. Like, I don't know what it is, but like, Disney knows what they're doing with the food, and for quick serve fish, that's tolerable. I mean, yes, it is fried, and of course you may get a little bit of like a greasier fish and all, but it was still good though. Still good. Now, we gotta talk about Frontierland, and also with this area here in particular. I'll explain more. We get a little bit better of a vantage point there. Well, I guess we can talk about it when it goes to here, rather. And we better do it soon, because I know the parade's about to start. But of course, this used to be the riverboat over here, and then past the walls was Tom Sawyer's Island. All that has been removed. So, the big things we've heard is that Cars Land's coming over here, and then more towards Haunted Mansion around this area is going to be the Villains Land. Now, recently, the Villains Land may get a bit of a different look as what was originally, anticipated. It looked like it was going to be a little more thrilling, and then, nope, they're going to make it a little more kid-friendly, which I get where they're coming from on the kid-friendly stuff, but I thought they were going to do a little more bold, and now it just seems a bit more predictable. So I hope Tomorrow changes his mind on this, because like they could really do a Villains Land and really make it exciting and all that, make it for the teens and all that. I mean, I know I'm speaking from a 90s kid, 2000s kid, when Michael Eisner was running the show, and he used to really, put some boundaries on pushing it and all that, but this isn't the Disney of that timeline, and let alone even the parks are not even following that anymore. They're making it way too kid-friendly and want to make sure the families are coming around. Which I get that part, because the families are the ones that are going to spend the money, not the thrill seekers. Oh. Yep, parade's about to start any moment. So, yeah, you can tell, though, they really are making sure the walls are prominent here. And look at that crane that's over here. We are active on the presence of work being going on. don't know how well you can see whatever it is they're putting up there. It looks like some steel of some sort, like smaller steel, but I hope I caught that there. And yeah, you can tell they're just doing the parade music now. So we're gonna try to jump ahead and head over to Big Thunder Mountain while we take this little route to avoid the crowds over here. Looks like Tiana's Bayou Adventure is definitely popular a bit during this timeline. The weather is definitely a lot warmer, so that means a lot more people will be getting on the ride. So definitely take advantage of it when you do, especially once the weather gets past that 80-degree mark, and especially even hitting the 90s. Just trust me, it's gonna feel very refreshing. But if you really want to get right on that ride, hop in the front row like that dude who's absolutely soaked right there. But the other 3 rows, don't do it, not worth it. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. We are actually getting very close for the ride to reopen, it seems. Even though the work walls have really went out this way right over here ever since, well, the obvious closure that's over there. But when will this ride reopen? Well, you're in luck. It's going to be in May, I believe it is. And I'm going to pop this up on my end to showcase when that will open. And I'm waiting for it to pop up on the app. I believe it will open in early May there. Yes, May 3rd to be exact, when this ride opens up. So unfortunately, we're just gonna miss out as this ride opens up because Wethecoasters journeys will be taking place when that happens. We will be at Universal when that happens. So within the next couple weeks, we will be back to check out Big Thunder Mountain Railroad as it reopens. But I do see the smoke is operating over here. It's probably gonna be some theme over here going on by. So that's great to see that this is going to be reopening there, and it's going to be a lowered height requirement. So instead of 40-inch height requirement, it's now 38 inches. But I do want to know, because of that, what's going to happen with the ride? Are they going to like change the alteration of like how you take the airtime hills and all that? I hope not, but I have a feeling they're gonna. So we'll see. I really hope they don't ruin the ride. But it is cool that they're bringing for more different type of sizes of people that actually ride and all that. So we'll see. And new Vekoma track too. It's gonna be very interesting. It really is. One thing I did notice though is that they have these little Easter eggs right over here. As you can tell, they have stuff for Frontierland, but also kind of stuff of like Product of Louisiana, kind of like for Tiana's Bayou Adventure that's right over here. Like you could see a lot of this stuff. So I have a feel that Frontierland may not be the name of the land anymore. It could be something like fitting of like Louisiana of some sort. So I don't know what to expect, to be honest, but that could be a sign of many things out there. But again, I cannot wait for this to reopen though. It's been a while, a long while. So yeah, I'm trying to think if we can get lucky and we can get through this area before the parade actually goes on by. But from how things are looking, they don't look too good. So I'm gonna try my best to just zip across. But if I do, cool. If not, then oh boy. But I see they have an opening, so okay, we do have a chance. Let's go now. Come on, no. Okay, we got lucky getting on through there. I was a little worried, but we're good. Golden Oak Outpost right over here, as you can see, of course. They're having the beignets over here. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'll try it eventually, but not right now. Hot honey chicken with sweet potato fries are over here, and a Canadian bacon skewer that's right over here. That's pricey for a bacon there. Fun fact, if you ever went here back in the day, this used to be a McDonald's over here where you get fries and all that. Yeah, man, that's how old you know I am in that timeline. And of course, the Pirates Adventure that's right over here. They have brought this back, actually. So it's a very interactive thing around Adventureland, which is literally what we just entered. You can tell by seeing the difference of like the tile and whatnot and the colors, where you can enter the building and you can just go on the pirate adventure, I guess you could say. I cannot speak today for whatever's going on there. And all around the area, you can actually interact and try to get a little prize along the way here. But what's really cool, there's a Captain Jack Sparrow meet and greet right over here. Look at that. And of course, he does have a prominent line. Come on, it's Captain Jack. You have to in this timeline here. Well, this is also interesting. It's been a while since I've been over here. That pirate-themed bar that was supposed to open up some time ago, well, it is right over here. So right where this ladies with the iPad here is, this is where the bar is, right over here. Now, of course, it is reservation only, but it is called the Beak and Barrel. So it is right over here. And we will check that out sometime. Not right now, but sometime later on down the road. We'll see, though. Pirates of the Caribbean is currently listed as a 20-minute wait. For how things are looking, I don't think it is 20 minutes, but I could totally be wrong. So I'm gonna give it a try and a gamble. I'd probably be waiting 30, judging by how this line's gonna be. So, let's give it a shot. All right, 3:13, and we're about ready to board next boat. So that worked out in the favor. Well, I gotta say, Pirates of the Caribbean was running very, very good today, and I did not get held up on the boats. So it was weird because, like, normally, like when you exit off the boat, oh, I'm sorry, where there normally is like a hold up of some sort, like a jam up, mini jam up in a way. But surprisingly, there was none. Just, hey, look, you made it to the station. Now get off. Cool. So it was operating very smoothly, so that's good. And the animatronics, some of the audio was a little off in certain areas, but it'd be like that. Also, the wait time for Pirates dropped to 10 minutes. Interesting. Alrighty, as we about complete a lap around Magic Kingdom, wrapping through this end of Adventureland, minus the new Fantasyland type of stuff with Little Mermaid and all that other region, all that. I have to say, for how the crowd is, you can tell where certain areas are slammed and where certain areas aren't slammed. So that's actually really good to see, to say the least there. And although I cannot wait to see Big Thunder Mountain reopen, which is really going to help with the capacity and the crowd that's going on by, especially around this time coming up where summer is right around the corner. I mean, we're in spring, but like summer's creeping closer and closer, which will mean Disney at that timeline will just be absolutely slammed. So make sure when you plan your Disney trip accordingly for not just the wait times, but also for the park hours and everything else in between. So I'm telling you, it really will come in handy though. Now, I've never really showcased this, but one popular food item is right here before you go to Adventureland from this spot right over here. And this is where they have the spring rolls. They have the cheeseburger spring rolls, which are probably the most popular, and pepperoni pizza spring rolls. Now, the next time I come here, I'm going to be trying out that pepperoni pizza spring roll just because, you know, that'd probably be the best way to go. Because, you know, cheeseburgers probably got some onions and other stuff, so that's just my choice. You know you get older when you get to appreciate the people mover and the carousel of progress used for rest days, man, I'm telling you. Train's going on in the background there. But yeah, it feels great. It's like times when you just want to get out of the sun and you just want to take a break from just walking around. Those two attractions are totally perfect. You can just kick back, relax, take a breather, and sit down, enjoy, not having to walk around and stand around and all that. It feels great. Space Mountain has jumped up to 45 minutes, and Tron apparently has broken down and is still broken down as this moment. We may try to cheese it where it's like, you know, hey, we can just camp around the area, wait for the right time, and boom, we hop right in for that moment. So we'll see though. I'm seeing a lot of people leave the queue though, so it's pretty brutal to say the least there. Well, it took a long while, but we got on the ride, and my first ride in quite some time too. Definitely since 2025, that's for sure. But man, the ride was delayed for like a couple hours. So many people are waiting in line right now. I'm glad I took the wait, snagged on a ride, and I got row 5, so it was decent. Like I said though, it was a lot of fun getting back on this ride and you know, really getting to experience getting back into the grid and all that. I've said from before, I've always liked Tron. It is a very good ride. Yes, there are a lot of block zones and slowdowns, I guess you could say, in that matter. But I have to say though, it felt great to get on. It felt fantastic to get back on it. And the train's basically trying to make its noise. Wow. But I've always said Tron's got probably one of the more punchier launches. I feel like it's probably the most powerful in Walt Disney World Resort for a roller coaster. Overall though, compared to like say Test Track, that's where I'm not sure. It feels like I just want to ride this more just to see what's a more powerful launch. I have to say though, this ride, so good. Although my only one regret is this. The one ride I got in the Tron Ares version, I wish I'd had my chest mount with me to where we get the POV and all, but hey, it is what it is. You take it for granted, but oh well. And look at that line. It's already down the ramp. Yeah, that sounds about right. And it's all the way over there, so no thanks. Yeah, with leaving the Tron area, I'm glad I took the wait, because look at that line. That is ridiculous. And line cutting too. That is just abysmal. Like, the people gotta do better than that. That's horrible. But man, look at that line going all the way down, almost exiting the entire queue since the ride reopened. And remember, it took 3 hours for the ride to reopen. Like, that's criminal, man. Oh my word.